From the silent submarines to the mighty aircraft carriers, this is the complete catalog of the United States Navy. Let's start with Essex class. The Essex class wasn't just America's most important carrier of World War II, it was the moving city that broke the Japanese Navy's backbone. Launched in 1943, these steel giants carried more aircraft, more fuel, and more firepower than anything before them. Their Hellcats ruled the skies, their Avengers hunted ships below, and their armored decks survived strikes that would destroy lesser carriers. By the end of the war, the Essex class had become the beating heart of the Pacific Fleet, the symbol of U.S. naval power rising from the smoke. Before the Essex class arrived, the fate of the Pacific rested on the tall steel decks of the Yorktown class. These carriers fought the impossible fights: Coral Sea, Midway, Guadalcanal. Their aircraft struck first, took the hits, and changed the momentum of the entire war. USS Enterprise became the most decorated U.S. ship in World War II, surviving bomb hits that would sink any normal vessel. The Yorktown class wasn't large, but it was ferocious, the carrier that stood between America and defeat in 1942. Casablanca class. It wasn't the huge fleet carriers that won the long grinding battles, it was the tiny escort carriers of the Casablanca class. Built fast, built cheap, built in huge numbers, these jeep carriers protected convoys, supported amphibious landings, and launched the aircraft that hunted submarines across the Pacific. Lightly armored and slow, they survived only through teamwork and determination. In the harsh reality of war, these small flat tops became lifelines for thousands. The Iowa class was the peak of American battleship engineering. Long, sleek, and terrifying. Capable of 33 knots, armed with 9 massive 16-inch guns, these steel monuments escorted carriers, shelled islands, and shattered enemy formations. Their armor was thick, their radar advanced, and their firepower unmatched. A single broadside could send 2,700-pound shells screaming over the horizon. The Iowa class was the final and greatest expression of battleship power. The North Carolina class brought America into the era of fast battleships. With heavy armor, powerful 16-inch guns, and modern fire control radar, they fought from the Solomons to the final push toward Japan. USS North Carolina earned 15 battle stars, surviving torpedoes, bombs, and relentless attacks. These ships proved that speed and firepower could coexist, setting the standard for every battleship that followed. The Cleveland class was the workhorse cruiser of the U.S. Navy. Fast, heavily armed, and built in huge numbers. They screened carriers, shot down aircraft, shelled beaches, and hunted submarines. Their dual-purpose guns made them deadly in both surface combat and air defense. When the fleet moved, a Cleveland was always guarding its flanks. Baltimore class. Heavier, tougher, and more modern, the Baltimore-class cruisers were America's answer to the rising power of late-war naval combat. Their 8-inch guns pounded enemy positions while their advanced radar and AA batteries defended carriers from air attack. These ships were the steel fists of the cruiser line. The Fletcher-class destroyer was the fearless guard dog of the U.S. Navy. Fast, aggressive, and loaded with torpedoes, these ships screened carriers, hunted submarines, rescued downed pilots, and ran directly into danger. The Fletcher-class fought in every major Pacific battle, the backbone of America's destroyer force. Gato-class. In the silent war beneath the Pacific, the Gato-class submarines starved Japan of fuel, supplies, and ships. These long-range underwater hunters prowled thousands of miles from home, striking at night, vanishing by dawn. Their missions were deadly, lonely, and vital, earning them credit for more than half of Japan's wartime shipping losses. LST. Slow, ugly, unstoppable, the LST carried the war directly onto enemy beaches. These steel boxes delivered tanks, trucks, troops, and supplies across oceans. They were the ships that made amphibious invasions possible. Every major landing from Normandy to the Philippines depended on the LST. Destroyer escort. Built to guard convoys and hunt submarines, destroyer escorts were the silent shield of the fleet. Smaller than destroyers but equipped with sonar, depth charges, and hedgehog launchers, they kept shipping lanes alive and crews safe. Point boat. Small, fast, and lethal, the PT boats were the hit-and-run predators of the night seas. Their torpedoes ambushed convoys, Their machine guns shredded barges, and their speed made them impossible to catch. They were the knives in a war of giants. USS Alabama. The USS Alabama wasn't just steel and machinery. She was a floating fortress built to punch through the Pacific. Commissioned in 1942, she carried 9 16-inch guns capable of firing shells the size of a small car over 37 kilometers. Alabama escorted aircraft carriers through the most dangerous waters, shot down kamikaze aircraft, and later joined the historic bombardments of Saipan, Guam, the Philippines, and even Japan's home islands. Her radar-guided fire control system was one of the most advanced of World War II, giving her unmatched accuracy even at night. By the end of the war, USS Alabama earned 9 battle stars, survived typhoons, kamikazes, and high-intensity naval bombardments, without ever being hit by a torpedo or bomb. She became known as the Lucky A ship that always brought her crew home. USS Alaska. USS Alaska wasn't a battleship, and it wasn't a cruiser. It was something in between. A new class of large cruisers, designed to hunt down Japan's heavy cruisers and German commerce raiders. Commissioned in 1944, Alaska carried 9 massive 12-inch guns capable of firing 450-kilogram shells farther than any cruiser afloat. She was incredibly fast for her size, reaching 33 knots, allowing her to escort fast carrier task forces. Alaska's radar technology gave her a night fighting edge, and her anti-aircraft guns formed a steel umbrella around carriers like USS Intrepid and USS Randolph. In the battles for Iwo Jima and Okinawa, Alaska delivered heavy shore bombardments and shot down multiple aircraft. Sailors called her the luxury cruiser because of her spacious design, wide passageways, better ventilation, and surprisingly comfortable living conditions compared to battleships. Despite her power, Alaska's career was short. The war ended less than a year after her commissioning, and the Navy realized the era of big-gun surface ships was ending. She was decommissioned in 1947, leaving behind the legacy of a ship built for a war that ended too soon.